So today, this is going to be slightly off the topic of jewelry, but not actually, because for any of you running a jewelry business right now, you're probably feeling a lot, right? Like we just saw another gold spike, and things are just getting more complicated and harder, right? And I want to talk about how hard everything feels right now because I remember that time when I started my jewelry business back in 2011. I'd actually already been working in the industry for a while. I'd already completed some metalsmithing training and I launched, and it was really, really rough. And I launched, by the way, if you remember 2011 jewelry industry, that was that first wave of gold spike, the first time that it went over 2000. Silver was over 50. It was a rough time to start a business, I'm not gonna lie. And it definitely got easier. And I don't want to say like easier in that it got simpler, because it didn't. It actually got more complex. When I say it got easier, I mean I got better at running a business. I got better at making jewelry. And one of the really core lessons that I learned from the early years is that a shortcut is actually going to waste you a lot of time and won't do enough to build your skills in all of the ways that you need to build your skills. So part of the reason why I talk about customer service skills is because it was something that I also had to learn. And I know a lot of people are surprised because I worked so much retail and so much customer service, and that is true. And that was tremendous training in going into having my own metalsmithing and jewelry business. That was some of the best training I ever could have had, was learning how to talk to customers. Learning how to talk to customers about my own work was different. And so if there's anything I can say to you right now is that, yes, this time is hard, but putting in some effort to learn new ways of doing business, to learn about new kinds of sourcing, which again is going to be a huge issue with the tariffs, but learning to find new service providers, learning new ways of pricing, learning new methods of making, learning to be flexible, which is, again, another thing that we can all learn to do, is going to serve you so well in the long run. Because honestly, starting my business at the height of the gold and silver market was really rough. But I also figured that if I could survive through a rough time, I could survive for the long haul. And I did. And that was why I was able to transition my business years later into doing more consulting, because I spent all of that time and effort to learn. And so treat this as your learning experience. It's not going to be the most fun. It's not going to be the most exciting, but you will come out of it better for it on the other side.